Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's Wazzy again. I know, he was my first interview a year to the day. Exactly when this has been uploaded. So we're going to be chatting about a few new bits, as well as stuff that we talked about before, but basically kind of just how the year's gone for him, and, well, he's had an interesting few months, that much we know. Just want to say as well, you may have noticed content slow down a little bit. The Clue-only Ironman, for example, has kind of taken a bit of a backseat. I've got loads of footage recorded. I just haven't got the time to edit it at the moment. University stuff started back up. My work schedule's now started. I actually have to start 4:15 a.m. some days. Best thing ever. But yeah, so it's literally a case of when I've got time, when I've got the energy, I'm editing, and I'll try and keep these weekly interviews going. And the community showcase for sure will never stop. But anyway, let's have a look, see what Mr. Wazzy has to say about his past year. And thank you guys once again for watching. Alright, fantastic. Well, Mr. Wazzy, you've had quite the year since we last spoke, but for anyone that didn't see the initial interview, who are you and what do you do?
That's a great question. Well, my name is Wazzy. I'm a very ethical gamer and done a lot of, used to be a lot of PVM on the main, like Mainscape, but I recently found a new love of Ironman mode. We've been progressing through that, mostly PVM oriented stuff. And it's been good so far, just like challenging myself to things that people wouldn't normally do. So it's been quite fun.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of very interesting low-level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You were helped out along the way as well, especially you did get a little bit of a boost initially, right? So
No. I think I was a willing participant in, like Elite Dungeons 3 combat training. I think I definitely pulled my weight there. Definitely didn't have someone tank for me while I killed all the mobs. Nope. Definitely not. I would never do that. That would be criminal. Honestly, wouldn't it? Absolute criminal.
And you did get very lucky with a certain weapon as well.
Yes.
I believe
yes,
quite
I
early
did.
into the journey.
Yes. I mean, like 21 kill count, Hellware Wand. I think that's perfectly reasonable. It's got to happen to someone, right?
That is very true. That is very true. And it wasn't one.
But it was me.
So, what moments stick out to you over the past year? I'd imagine there's one fairly recent, large issue that happened.
How do we phrase this? Yeah, so there was one day that kind of sort of changed everything in a way. Basically, long story short, Jagex, praise be to they had a treasure hunter promotion on, and also an oddments sale at the same time. And the treasure hunter promo gave lots of oddments, and the oddment sale was half off of keys. So you can probably see where we're going here. And you could get, more keys out than you put in, and did a bit of that on stream. It got quite a lot of attention, to put it lightly. Somehow managed to peak at 1,000 viewers, which is absolutely ridiculous. And yeah.
Yeah.
So it was, mostly Jagex's fault. But, we probably should have known that something might have been. But I would say that it does kind of show the terrible addictive nature of Treasure Hunter and how, once you start going, you just can't stop, can you? That's what they want you to do. They want you to keep on spinning.
You say that, but you weren't actually spending any money and it was all free stuff.
Yeah, I know, even more reason to keep spinning. It's
But
like a dream come true.
Yeah, so maybe that was the addictive part of it.
Perhaps. It's hard to pinpoint the exact cause of that, but still, it was an interesting day.
Yeah. And, what did you think the ramifications were going to be while you were doing it? Because you must have known something was going to, like, you knew in your mind that you weren't quite being maybe like you should be.
I was probably expecting a hotfix and potentially a rollback for people that did it quite a lot. I wasn't expecting any bans, to be honest. Like at the time, I was very surprised they did bans, because what rule was being broken? Because it wasn't bug abuse, even though that's what they labeled it as. Because it was like everything about it was intended. Like nothing was broken. It was just very bad balancing of the promos. But it's
very unfortunate
swings and
timing for
roundabouts.
them. Yeah.
Swings and roundabouts. But like, it was going to happen eventually, right? If you have like an RNG promo coinciding with other promos, like eventually it's going to become,
You'll get an infinite. Like it happens on
yeah.
all sorts of platforms. I'm pretty sure Steam one time, one of their like sale things, they ended up having a thing where you could basically print infinite credits
Oh, nice.
because of the way it worked. That again, of course, was hotfixed quite quickly.
I'm not surprised.
I don't know what the actual
But
ramifications
people
again were.
panicked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would doubt it, but yeah. So
and that's true, Kaz. Yeah, ever since I ate your Waz cake, which possibly an unfortunate name, but yes, that was a very delicious cake. You have a wonderful fiance, Eddie. He bakes
I know.
very lovely cakes.
Oh, I know. Sorry, I actually bought Halloumi up a little bit ago.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, that was
I
good.
don't think I've ever had. I don't know what that is really. Halloumi.
It's cheese. It's squeaky cheese. I love how these
Ah,
always turn into food discussions.
They do. It has a high melting point, so it can easily be fried or grilled.
Yep, it's good.
A popular meat substitute.
Yep, yeah.
Fair
You have it
enough.
in have it as a burger.
Fair enough. That sounds quite nice, actually.
On a barbecue. Mwah.
You're spoiling me. You're spoiling my imagination, making me want more things.
If we look back, where were we a year ago? What's come out since then? 120 herb, 120 farming. That was
Yeah, let me just
first.
go over the recent PVM encounters over the past year. All right, that's about it. So yeah, that's all the Pvm updates for bosses. So that was good. Big chunk of
Yeah,
updates there.
there's been no new bosses for you to grind out for your to reclaim insane final boss. You haven't had to.
And that's partly why we're on Ironman now as well, because like I've done everything that I kind of want to do on the main for now, at least until the new boss comes out. So, well, I guess next will be the Digsite thing.
Yeah, next week.
That'll only be like a little bit, I imagine, until we're back on the Iron.
Yeah, just complete all the collections.
Yeah, exactly.
Check out all the new relics because obviously new power, like new max power as well. Some new combinations.
Archaeology and power creep. Name a more iconic duo. You can't do it, can you? Like they go hand in hand, and they give us all this power creep and then nothing to use it on, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, well, we know we have something.
That's true. There is a solo boss coming, which I'm very much excited for.
I would imagine probably December. I know some
Yeah, I was
people have been
thinking
saying
November,
November, but
December as well.
I'm pretty sure we're looking December.
Yeah.
Hopefully early.
Yeah, obviously, clearly. I reckon they do it before Christmas, though, like a long time before Christmas to sort out any like early balance changes.
Yeah, so they're
They
not
are required.
literally out of office day after
Yes.
launch.
Yeah, that would be good fun, though. Yeah. Release Broken Boss. See you for 2 weeks, everybody.
What do you reckon the drops will be? What?
Abilities and capes are my guesses. That's my theory.
You reckon they'll do
Like...
capes? But capes have always been like so, I guess, iconic with the like fight film.
Yeah, I mean it's never too late to change, though, right? It's just because like with the comp rework, I expected them to, make the next reward space capes, and we haven't had a new cape until like combat cape since what fight kill and all that time ago, and that's kind of
It's
been
a
a long
long
time.
time, yeah.
So I'm expecting some kind of new cape and some new abilities. I don't know what they would be, but I don't think they're going to do weapons or armor for a while because I feel like we've probably got enough of those for now. But
Well,
if they do, it
yeah.
would be more like niche weapons like Terrasum or something, I reckon. I'm
New
not expecting tier 95s from this guy.
new tier 92 set with no passive armor.
Yeah, it could be, but is there much point? Not really.
Yeah, new abilities are always nice to just mix it up, though. I guess that's where Elite Dungeons 2 being so popular because of all those sort of the codexes and
Yeah, I think Elite ED2 does the rewards the best out of all of them because like every boss has a chance of being something good, whereas 1 and 3 it's like you're just slaving away through 2 bosses for seemingly no reason. So very much like ED2's drops. I don't like the trash mobs. I think they take too long. But I want ED3's mobs, but ED2's drops. I think that'd be nice.
I mean, but at least like with EDT, you do have to spend a bit of time fighting some things along the way. It's not just easy peasy, stand there and kill them all. Whereas, like you've got the Hydrix dragons and stuff, which you got to dodge the
Yeah,
special, that sort of
they take a
thing. So
while.
yeah, but that's fine. Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
personally, I prefer less mobs. No, sorry, more mobs with less HP, rather than fewer mobs with lots of HP.
Like,
That's
see
fine.
all those AOE damage numbers on the
Exactly.
screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, a year ago, you were Silver Warden.
Oh
Imagine
yes,
that.
yes. Well, not anymore.
No.
I've climbed. I've ascended after a lot of struggles. Let's put it that way. A lot of struggles, but yeah, it's a big learning process, Telos. But yeah, I'm a gold warden as of like the beginning of this year, I think. So, or like the end
February
of last year.
time?
I forget which one it was. It
It was
was
sometime this year, I think.
time just blends at the
It
moment.
does a little bit.
It doesn't really like go from day to day. It just goes from like day to month.
So, what gave you, I guess, the motivation to go for Gold Warden rather than because you were sat at Silver Warden for quite a while, from what I remember?
Yeah, I was. I feel like part of it was just like not much else to do. So like it was like the one last PVM challenge that was actually had a reward for it. Because I know there are things like duo hard mode Rago, and like solo Yakimaru or whatever, but they don't really do anything for me. So I'm probably never gonna try those until I'm like motivated for them. But yeah, Talos, I don't know, it just seemed like the way forward. Also, it was really good money, which kind of helped. Definitely can't say no to the like 80 mil an hour or whatever it is. So that was quite nice.
Yeah,
And
probably wasn't while you were climbing though. I'd imagine there was quite a lot of death costs
exactly.
along the way.
Yeah, but you still make profit even if you die like 1,000 times. And I think another part of it was having like a sort of semi competition with base tank as well. We were both like climbing, like we were around the same in rage. Well, I think I was like ahead of him, and then like he climbed back and just like shot past me
You
because
just hit
he,
that groove, I guess,
yeah, it's
because
at one point in Telos, everything just starts making sense and it gets a lot easier, but it changes from person to person. And for me, it took a little bit longer than it did for him.
is it
But
just
eventually,
because
we smashed it.
the rotation you use doesn't really change once you're past a certain point, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's right. But it's understanding why that's the rotation. Like that was the thing for me. I was like, why is this important? Like why do I need to stun it here? And yeah, as soon as that clicked, it was smooth sailing.
Understanding what you're doing rather than just doing what the spreadsheets tell
Exactly.
you.
Because
And
then
that,
you like, 'cause then you can think for yourself as well if you have to improvise.
which you did in the Telos tournament. You
Yes, and that
crazy
worked out
man.
quite well.
Yeah.
Did I was the what was it? I had to Cade first P5.
Yep.
I think we started at 2K or 1K. I
I
can't
think it was
remember.
1.5K you started, or one or
Yes.
1.5.
And then
Yeah.
every successful kill, we climbed up 500%, and I absolutely popped off that day. I don't know what happened. It's like the spirit of Couchy like came over me, and I was like, I don't know. I just kind of
Super Saiyan
yeah,
mode,
literally,
like,
and I got to 4K, and because of that, I won 4,000 cheeses. So that was nice
hey.
because I was the first one to get 4K in the tournament. So bye, Breezy. Miss you, XOXO. I like Breezy. He's nice.
Let's go back to as we were kind of working through the year. So we had 120 herb lawn farming.
Yes, also known as Power Creep Central.
Yes, the ranch out of time.
New dinosaurs, new potions. Although Vol bombs are really nice, although I think they're too expensive. You need to make them cheaper somehow.
Well, people need to
I don't
make
know how,
more then.
but
That's
yeah,
the.
yeah.
uh,
It's just you use so many.
yeah. Well, in an average Telos kill, it's what, 5?
Probably. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. Why not, right? But yeah, you use a lot of them.
And obviously,
That's a bit cheap.
soul runes have been harmed from that as well, quite
Yeah, I bought
horribly.
like 100k Sorens, like 700 each, and they're now like 2.7k. So if I ever sell them, I'm in quite a good spot actually. So yeah, possibly something for future me.
So, which part of 120 herb and farming for you is the most broken?
The most broken.
If you like had to say maybe this is a bit overtuned, let's remove it.
I'm not sure it's any one thing really. It's just all of it's very very strong. Like the perks, the potions, the power bursts, like the adrenaline thing, elder overloads, everything together without anything you to use it on. Like just making everything easier, sort of for the sake of it in a way.
I guess which one do
That's
you
the kind of
think makes the biggest impact there? Is it having Vuln bombs so you don't have to Vuln?
Volumes are nice for other styles, I guess. But I'm not sure there's any one thing that's more like crazy than others here. But I don't know. I just want something to stick my teeth into with like all
Yeah.
this new stuff that we've got.
And then moving forwards, obviously archaeology bought even more. The relics.
Yes,
And
those are very strong.
you did have quite a good month as well then. That was
Yes, that was glorified just chatting. Streamer.
Yeah. How many hours did you stream in the month, do you remember?
Oh, a lot, a lot, a lot. Probably, it's probably even more than right now, I guess. And even right now, it's kind of crazy. But I don't know. I assume it was like at least 10 hours a day for like the first week at the minimum. I think some of them went up to like 15 hours on one of them as well. So that was a while.
Yeah, I mean, it
Quite
was
tiring.
pretty much what you were doing, right?
Yeah. I just wake up, do archaeology, go to bed, wake up.
I mean, at least you went to bed. Some people that were doing the
Yes,
archaeology
that's true.
grind
Some people
didn't go
were,
to bed, so
yeah. I made stay up like 70 hours or something.
it
It's
was
ridiculous.
a long time.
Anyway, guys, pro tip: if you're ever, if you're ever like AFKing something and you're going to bed, open up command prompt, type shutdown. So shutdown -T-S, and then like 330, and then that will do a shutdown of your computer in like 5 minutes or so.
Get that
So
extra 5 minutes in.
exactly. So you get an extra 5 minutes of stuff. It's genius. Get it all done. So then you can like click on your archaeology spot, go into bed, then your PC will just shut down for you. It's great. It's great. That's what I did.
That is the true definition of not XP waste. It's the opposite,
Exactly.
the complete opposite.
It's genius. I promise. Absolute genius.
I seem to remember something about you stealing something out of the fridge or the freezer as well, on one of the log archaeology streams. Or was it Telos? No,
no, I think
it was one of your
Telos
Telos. It was your Telos Gold Warden stream at the end of it because you were there for so long.
Yeah, it's because my sister wanted this particular bit of food in the freezer, but I also wanted that particular bit of food in the freezer. So I just made the food, and she got a bit annoyed. It was some chicken burgers.
And you just didn't care. You were so
No,
high
I was on
after
cloud
the
nine.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, whatever. I was just happy with the gold warden. It's crazy.
So, what rank was it you ended up? Because obviously you were going for well, initially it was front page, and then it was sort of top 100, and
Yeah, I mean, people were very good at grinding, but better than me apparently. So I was going for top 100. Unfortunately, we just missed it. I got to 129 in the end, which is that's a pretty solid effort, I'd say. And I think the best part about it was I didn't make myself sleep deprived. Like I got my 8 hours every night. I was a good boy, unlike some other people that were sleeping like 2 hours a night or something. So I'm pretty happy considering that we did it the healthy way, you know.
yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. You had a couple of 5-hour sleeps.
Well, I don't think that was on purpose, Jake. Sometimes, when you just do something so much that your brain can't shut off. I think I had like slightly lesser sleeps, like once or twice, but that wasn't because I set an alarm. It was just that's when I woke up. But I don't think it was 5. I think it was more like 6 or 7. Probably most likely 7 because I'm normally tired if I get 7, but I'm fine if I get 9. But yeah.
Now let's go back because I didn't actually ask you this last time. But how did you first find RuneScape? I don't actually think I know, which is quite funny.
I think it was one of my neighbors who lives up the road. He had an account. I remember his username. I'm gonna say the whole thing. It was something to do with Furbies, because he apparently liked Furbies as well. And then he had an account there. Then another friend who lives nearby. Me and him were like, interesting. What is this miraculous game with all these amazing graphics and fantastic gameplay? And well, it was I guess I'm not sure when it was, like early 2000s, I assume, something like that. And we just made an account, and then the rest was history. Then I got it on the computer at home as well, and then played it quite a lot, and then I played it more than quite a lot, and then that was that was it. That's kind of how it started. So yeah, neighbors.
Because which year would it have been? Because
I have no idea, probably like year 7 or something, whatever that was.
yeah, because I think I first started playing year 8 when everyone else at school started to find it. So I don't know if you were like the one to bring it into school, possibly, or
I'm
if
not
someone else at
sure.
school had it.
I think it was just. I think it's like one moment is not there, one moment is there. Like that there was no. It's like the universe, and no one knows the origin. They just know what happened like just after the origin.
That is RuneScape.
Yeah, or just after the Big Bang. But before that, no one knows. It was a mystery.
Now, in terms of breaks, obviously I know you've had maybe periods where you focus on other games, but have you ever completely stopped playing RuneScape during the time, or has it
I
always been?
have. Yeah, it was actually like sort of after EOC, but it wasn't really because of that. It's just like I was doing a lot of dungeoneering at that time, and I got my 120. And that took a long time. That was like my big goal. And then after I got my big goal, I was like, huh,
Now
what
what?
do I what do I do now? So I kind of just like dwindled away, I
Yeah.
guess. So that lasted a few years. I think that might have been around the time that I started playing a lot of League of Legends as well.
Probably would have
I
been
imagine.
because EOC was it 2012, 2013?
Possibly something like that. And then
So yeah, that lines up.
yeah, then played a lot of League. A lot of League.
I know that more than most people, I
Yeah.
think.
A lot of League. I was but then I got burnt out of that again eventually, because I was just grinding too hard, trying to be as good as I could be. And then weirdly enough, I ended up getting reintroduced to RuneScape, and then that's kind of where we've been ever since.
And that was through one of our friends
It
we play
was,
League with,
yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah,
it
you just
was.
ended up back.
Yeah, I remember the first time I logged back in, I found a drop party and I got a Santa hat in the drop party. I was like, oh, maybe this is a sign, like maybe I should stick around. So that was nice. Just like, get a Santa hat drop party. That was fantastic. Couldn't believe it.
Tesco's asking if we were ever Call of Duty kids.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not a Call of Duty kid.
I had it. I had one of them on the Wii, but I didn't play it for very long. It was Guitar Hero was the big
Yep.
distraction for me.
Same.
And
Same.
yeah, there's still a
Lovely some
guitar down
Guitar
there
Hero.
somewhere. Yeah, I haven't played Clone Hero much recently though.
Me neither. I want to. I don't have time for everything anymore. I'm like putting so much energy into Iron Man. I just don't have the time or energy for anything else. Which is good in one sense, but also not so good in another sense, I guess. But it's working. Yeah, too busy being an Iron Scrub, that's right.
What was your
So
first
true.
99? Because again, these are all questions that I've asked basically everyone recently, but then
It's just 'cause
it's
I was the
obviously
first one. We
developed
didn't have a
so much
format.
since that initial like
Didn't
interview.
have a format.
Yeah.
It was either fletching or cooking. I can't remember exactly. I feel like it might have been cooking. I don't know. It could have been either. I feel like it might be cooking though.
Both
And
fairly
then
speedy, I suppose, was
yeah,
the
they were very popular back then. Very popular because you'd fletch in. There's like Yanil Bank fletching club essentially, and like people would be there fletching, and there'd be alkers there buying you longbows, however much each, and they would alk them for profit, and we would fletch them, and yeah, that was that. And then it's cooking in Rogue's Den. Has good times. But yeah, so those are my first two. I'm not sure what order they were, but
And then do you remember the last one before you maxed?
Might have been Hunter. Because I know I didn't like Hunter. So it very well could have been Hunter. But so I came back after Divination. So I don't know if I got 99 Div first or 99 Hunter first. But it was likely one of those two. If I had to guess. Because I was not a fan of Hunter. Didn't like it. Still don't, apart from Big Game Hunter.
I was going to say Big Game Hunter at least is quite fun, but getting up
Yeah.
to that point is not.
Yes, that's
not
that
so
is
pleasant.
the problem. That is the big problem.
Yeah. I will have to at some point because I believe the totem of treasure, or whatever it is Big Game Hunter one of the parts.
Definitely won that one.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Enjoy going hundreds of kills dry.
Right, it happens, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Not to me though. I'm gonna be lucky and get mine first try. But we'll see. Another like 10 levels, I think.
Now, obviously, the Ironman you're playing on now started out because of the Race to Ready competition.
Yes.
So, turns out it was actually quite a success.
Yeah. Not particularly because of that race in particular, because I think it could have been done quite a bit better. But yeah, because in my opinion, that they should have like given us as many accounts as we wanted that have like desperate times requirements. Then you got to start the quest and finish the quest, and it should be like the shortest time to complete the quest. I think that'd be fun. And then you like check your time at hands. I think that would have been a bit cooler. I don't know if that's possible, but I think that would have been kind of interesting instead of like a massive 20-hour race or whatever.
Speedrunning literally just the quest rather than the whole grind up to
exactly.
it. But I guess the point is, partly RuneScape is all about that grind. So just showing off the quest, it doesn't give an overall thing, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you finished Desperate Measures on there yet?
I have. I had to do it for something.
The effigy thing?
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, that. Yeah, I did it for the effigy thing so I could get some, because my smithing was high enough level, so I could do that, and that's quite nice. Actually, gives a fair chunk of XP. You get like 60k XP, and then you get all the effigies as well, which give you another bunch. So it's surprisingly worth doing. To be honest, I would recommend.
Now, you've probably got a recent memory of quite a lot of quests. So, what is your favourite quest? I know you are not a huge questy fan, but you must have one that you enjoyed, surely, at least.
My favourite quest is Violet is Blue. I love that quest. It's so adorable and so cute and everything. And I don't know, it's great. Like, that is my favourite quest of all time. Like, it is just the best of the best.
Have you done it on the Ironman?
Yes, I have. That was
Is that an early on one?
Yeah, one of the early on ones, yeah. So, at least I think I've done it. I hope I have. I've got to check now. Violet is, but yes, of course. Violet is green because it has been completed. So we're all good. It's happy days all around. And yeah, Violet is very much green. It's just such a cute quest. I don't know. You can't not love it. And that's the one quest that I hate people that spacebar. It's like nobody should spacebar that quest. It's too funny. Like, it really is. Because you are missing out big time if you spacebar that quest. Guarantee it.
What do you reckon is going to be the point where you maybe stop on the Ironman, or are you just going to keep going until there's new stuff to do on the main?
So I'm not sure yet, because everything you do on Iron, it feels a lot more. You know, you get a bigger sense of achievement when you do it. So, yeah, I mean, unless there's something absolutely massive on the main, then I don't know. I feel like I need to do a lot of the stuff on Iron that I've done on the main, like, yeah, like maybe we can go for Gold Warden on Iron. That would be pretty interesting. Obviously, with slightly undergeared stats, so we'll see how it goes.
Maybe by then you'll have overloads. We'll see.
That's true. I'd hope so, at least. I'd hope so. But
so
they're on their way.
For people that don't know, what is the max and raid you've done now, and what is the gear you did it in?
Okay, so Max and Rage, we did that today actually. 268%. The good news, I've got a Nox Staff. The bad news, I've got a Super Magic Potion as my best combat. So, yeah, small disaster on the magic front, but it's fine. I've got a bit of subjugation there as well. Bit of lunar armor as well, and yeah, it's Splash City, let me tell you. It is Splash City. And it's not particularly pleasant. But we make it work just about. But it's not easy, let me tell you. It's not easy.
And also in the last year, you've started in your daily highlights on YouTube that are popping off a bit.
They are doing rather well, aren't they? We're
What
up to 4,600 subscribers apparently.
What do you think works for you? Why do you think they're sort of doing so well?
In one, they are frequent. Two, they're nice and easy to make. Three, it's Iron Man and people love Iron Man. I'm not
Wait,
sure
did
there's a
you
fourth.
say because they're easy to make, people like them? Or is that because...
Well, easy to make so we can get lots out,
Okay.
basically. Yeah, people like following Iron Man. I'm enjoying it as well, which I think helps a lot as well. So that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just the progress. I like the progress.
Actually seeing sort of from a week ago where you were to
Yeah,
now,
for sure.
rather than I guess on the main, it's just a whole load more of 2.5k kills and that's it.
So there's only so much you can do with Telos. Okay, completely unrelated, but someone just got back-to-back Ancient Elven Ritual Shards in my clan. On the Iron Man. Everyone's going a bit nuts right now.
There's this the Iron Man bingo thing has been going
That's
on.
pretty cool actually. It's by the Oman's clan, who they're hosting a bingo tournament where basically a bunch of red drops are on a bingo sheet, and they're in teams of 4. And if you get the drops, then you tick off that bingo section. So it goes from like some easier stuff like Amulet of the Forsaken to stuff like seismic sets and appraisal sets and stuff. So it's good for everybody.
Is there a prize, or is it just kind of for fun?
There's lots of GP being put on the line. Lots of GP. So stakes are high.
Is that Iron Man only, or is it?
Iron Man only, yeah.
So,
Mins can, I guess, participate alongside, but they don't get anything from it. So Iron Man only.
Mutilate Quickly is asking what your thoughts are on the future of the game, where it's going.
Well, it's going to Steam, isn't it?
That is true. That is true. It is going to Steam in 2 days' time.
Yeah, 2 days from the time of recording. So I'm hoping it's going to be nice, and there are going to be lots of new people, and be like, hopefully they come to Twitch and YouTube and be like, "Hey, how do I do this?" And we're like, "Oh, no problem, sir. I'll help you out."
Watch the entirety of my Iron Man series from the first video.
Perfect. Ad block off, please. But no, yeah, hopefully that's gonna help out a lot. It seems like updates that they've kind of got a hold of their whole COVID situation that they like to blame so frequently. So it seems like things are moving onwards again, and hopefully we've got a good future.
It has been a good couple of months in terms of fairly regular bits coming out. Sure, there's been no huge bits of content, but it's at least been
That's happening next week, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
I hope it is.
It should be. I hope. Yeah. I hope there's some things that they haven't released as well about it. Although they're doing a live stream tomorrow, so they'll probably chat about a whole load of things.
I hate when they reveal everything. Like, I much prefer vagueness. I know that's not the same for everybody, but I'd much rather they be like, "Hey, there's a new relic that helps combat. There's a new relic that helps skilling." But what is it? No one knows. Like, I'd much prefer that than like in-depth detail about everything. I think it's a lot more fun.
Well, yeah, there's new potions as well, right?
Yeah. Which,
Holy
I mean,
aggro overload.
yeah, which people want apparently.
I mean, it's useful. Saves
Yeah, it's
inventory slots. Yeah.
true, true, true. So, like summoning renewal as well could be kind of strong, I guess.
And then there's a couple that people aren't quite sure what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, it's like a spirit one, which people are assuming makes Seren spirits more common, as if they weren't strong enough already.
So when you
But
say
we shall see.
the summoning renewal one, how do you think it will work? Obviously, you've already got
Your summoning points will trickle up over time, like prayer.
double the base speed or something like that.
Maybe. Well, no. Does you know how right now it goes from like let's say you go from 40 to 60 points or whatever in like one jump? I reckon it'll go like 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like when you get to a certain point, it'll then do that jump as well. So you go up to like 65 or whatever. So just trickle up your summoning points if you're familiar, is what I'm expecting.
And what do you hope for from this boss we're getting? What's the
Boss.
hope?
I just want it to be really difficult. Like but like a good difficulty rather than like a fake difficulty. Not just like this boss smacks you for 10,000 damage, GG, you're dead. I want it to be like lots of mechanics, lots of things to focus on at the same time because I like my brain being busy with lots of things to focus on. But somehow I feel like I'm not going to get quite what I want out of the boss. But I just hope it's really difficult. Like that's all I hope, and I hope the drops from the boss make the boss easier as well. So the people at the beginning who can do the boss can then get the drops. People that can't do the boss, but with those drops they then can do the boss.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Do you think you'll do the first kill on your Iron Man, or are you going to do it on your main?
Oh no, probably main straight away.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't want to challenge yourself?
I mean, I think having infinite money is better than not having infinite money. So yeah, probably main first, and they can sell the drops as well, which is always quite hype. Unless they do like an AOD again, where they make the drop rates like 10 times more common than they're supposed to be. In which case, maybe I should do my Iron Man.
Wait, what did they do on? Is this on
Ones
the
of
launch?
appraisal were like super common on release for some reason. Then they swiftly nerfed because I don't think they expected kills to be quite as fast either.
Ah, and now they're like,
The true Jagex way.
well,
They're like, yeah, like 7 or 8 minute kills. First kills like 5 minutes.
and they're
And
now
now they're like
down to
2.5.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a difference.
Mutilate's back with another question, which is similar to what I was about to go on to. And I'll adapt it. If you were the CEO of Jagex,
Oh my goodness.
what would you change? One thing
What
you
would
could
I
change.
change? I just want more bosses, really. Like, I don't know. That's kind of it. Just boss stuff. Like, I don't know. I
You
just
would just
want
take the
difficult
cap off of
challenges.
Telos' Enrage. That would
Yeah,
be the one
honestly, they should
change.
do that. Like, I don't know why they don't. I mean, I'm sure it's not just as easy as like remove the cap, but like I don't know, it'd be so cool. Imagine like watching like Lucario versus Couchy, the push to 10k in rage. Like that'd be awesome. But they just
I really feel like they
don't
should,
like
because
it.
there's no
Yeah.
downside to it. Even if the
No.
drop rate's the same, people will still do it.
Yeah, people push to say that they're the best. Like people always want to flex with stuff. Like let me just flex my Tarek at a time real quick on my Iron Man. There's a 1529 Tarakat solo.
It's quite impressive to live that long, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I know, right? So that was that's my latest flex.
How many skeletons did you have?
Oh, there was one bit where there were like literally 30 on the map. It was ridiculous. And he absorbed them and healed about 150k. But yeah, that's good fun. It was good fun. But we got the kill. That's the most important thing. First try as well. Yeah, I like challenges.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you would also maybe implement like boss high scores, timers, that sort of thing as well.
Emerson just PM'd saying he's got a 416 trio. Wow. Game master. If we divide that by 3, I'm actually kind of, I'm kind of alright.
That's
about the
true.
same.
Yeah, you're doing about the same amount of damage that he was.
Yeah, what do you say just then? Sorry. Oh, high schoolers, right?
Yeah, so implementing
Yeah,
something like that.
they really should. Like they have it on old school, like boss kill count high scores as well. Like surely that's really simple. Like it can't be that difficult, right?
I mean, the
Because
data's
I
already
wouldn't think.
there, so
Yeah, like boss times could be a bit different because like sometimes people find glitches to make the times, but I'm sure they could be moderated and dealt with accordingly. So I don't know. I would love to see an official kill count and time, but I don't think that's going to happen for a while, unfortunately.
Emerson saying they made boss high scores on old school, but it killed the high score performance. When you say performance, you mean like in terms of
Load
loading?
speed, I imagine.
Yeah.
I've got my Runefest cup still.
Couldn't tell now though, could you?
No, it's gone. Like, so this used to say Runefest on it,
Hang
and
on,
now it
one
doesn't.
sec.
It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Oh, you can kind of see the end of mine, but not really.
Yeah.
Oh, so he got his as well. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to look like. Do you use yours for water?
It's been there for a while.
Fair enough. Where's my gold? Oh, it's just the light. It's just the light from
yeah.
my wall reflected. It is green. It's just the light shining.
You've still got the Runefest bands on as well.
Yes, I have. Yeah, 1 year anniversary of these wristbands. This is pretty great. It's got my Runefest bands on there, so yeah, I like them. They are a part of me now.
When you die, you'll be buried with them.
Possibly. They'll probably be in tatters by then, but at least unless I get hit by a bus, but that's very unlikely considering I haven't been outside in a while. So it should be right. Jay, I wash my wristbands. Don't worry, they are clean. They are clean.
He's got a good point.
Or maybe this is where coronavirus came from. Okay? Like maybe
your
they're from
wrists.
my wristbands.
How did it get out so far then?
I don't know. Maybe gone to my family and then they've spread it. Maybe that's what happened.
Sure.
It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. You never know.
So I feel like I can see the archaeology cape you got over.
Yes, that was nice.
As a nice little surprise when you turned up.
I think. I can't
yes,
tell
you're pointing at it, although you're also covering it by pointing
it.
Well.
But yeah, that was a nice little gift from Jagex for archaeology release. Wasn't expecting it, but yeah, I got a cool IRL skill cape.
And then
that was pretty damn cool.
I believe you managed to break part of the gift as well.
Well, yes and no.
Right.
Look, it's a nice big monolith. See, ta-da!
Perfect.
But yeah, I dropped it once, and the Velcro came off the corner, but that's about it.
Oh,
like it's still fine. It's just lost a bit of Velcro on the tip.
Oh, that's fine.
So yeah, nothing major. Yeah, it's meant to be like a USB holder apparently, but I feel like I'd rather have it as just a statue thing, to be honest.
Just some kind of base on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like this bit, well, yeah, it's meant to stick on, but it doesn't really.
Doesn't fit like it did.
I've lost both Velcros. What the? No, it doesn't stick on at all. That's a disaster. Unbelievable. Well, it's fine. I get an extra relic buff IRL from that thing, so it's okay.
So where do you reckon you'll be in a year?
Oh, I reckon I'll be a year older.
What's up?
Well, I think I might just cut out.
What's up?
Oh, what's up? Oh, my ceiling. He'll be in his room, says Emerson. Possibly. We'll see. But I don't know. I'd like to hope that, it's still around unless something absolutely amazing has happened.
Still around unless something absolutely amazing's happened.
I don't know. Maybe I'll accidentally go into space. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's another thing that's happened in the year. You applied for a job at Jagex as well.
I did apply for a job at Jagex, and I got really, really close. I got to the final 3, and I had an an in-person interview and everything for community manager, which I was like super motivated for. I thought I'd be really good at it. I still think I would be quite good at it. I don't know if my chances have dropped ever since certain things,
Certain
but
activities, yeah.
yes. But I mean, to be fair, I was managing a community, sort of. I was at least directing them to do certain things, and so I've got that experience
You've got
now.
the
So
influence, yeah.
yeah, so influence, exactly. I can put that on my community manager resume, and yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I was really disappointed that they didn't choose me in the end. But I got to the final three, and then actually it took them a long time. It took them like 3 weeks to reply. Like it was actually no, I think it was almost a month actually. Yeah, it was like 3.5 weeks before they got back to me. So I was like just there twiddling my thumbs every single day. Or was it 5 weeks? Where it's like no, December 13th.
It was
Yeah,
over. It was over
December
Christmas
13th
as
to
well,
like the
wasn't
end
it?
of January, I
Yeah.
think. So yeah, but it probably was longer than that many weeks. Yeah, it was a very long time. And it was kind of annoying as well because the person, like, initially got a voice message and they were so friendly that I got my hopes up. They're like, yeah, hey, we got some news about your interview. Call me back when you can. Thanks. And it was like so cheery and upbeat. I was like, oh my God, this must be it.
I
And
say
then
goodbye to the stream. I'll move out.
and I was, I went from elated to crushingly disappointed in record time. Like it's yeah, record time. That's probably about that's kind of the largest that my hopes have been crushed, and the quickest as well. So that was lovely. Enjoyed that.
Are you still keeping an eye out though for jobs and stuff that come up? Is it something you
Yeah,
still think you'll want to do?
I would like to get into CM because I think I'd be very good at it. But we shall see later. But I mean, right now streaming is doing rather well, so maybe maybe this is the destiny. Who knows?
Jay's got a good point there. So you didn't have to do 5
I
tests,
mean, I
10
had to do.
interviews.
I spent a lot of time making a presentation for the interview. I spent like 10 to 20 hours on it probably because I wanted it to be really good. A lot of research as well.
Lots of
Spent
Photoshop.
a
I
long
seem to
time.
remember you sent a couple of images to me that were
Wow.
very well put together.
Yes, my Microsoft Paint, sorry, Photoshop was exquisite. You betcha. Yeah, maybe one day, who knows?
And do you think you're ever gonna make do you think it's too late for you to now focus on another game? For streaming at least.
Um, I don't know. To be honest, it's very hard to switch games though as a streamer, especially an MMO streamer, because a lot of people that play said MMO are often very devoted to said MMO and don't like really care about any other games, I suppose.
Yeah. They find a hard
So
time getting into them. I mean, I guess if
yes,
you look at how Ken and Omid are doing on Final Fantasy
yeah,
as a I guess support for that point because they're
it's definitely less than on RS, isn't it?
yeah, but they're doing what they enjoy, and I guess that's the most
Yeah, that's
important
true.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. They've been enjoying that a lot actually. Like they've been putting in a lot of hours to that game. That's kind of cool though. I think they're because like that I guess they're kind of getting what I want from RS. Like they're getting challenged by all these boss fights that are like crazy difficult. So like whenever you get your first, you're like, oh my god, we did it, yes, kind of thing. So
And then the
yeah,
grind
that's
for
kind
a
of why I'm liking
thousand
that.
more
Yeah,
thousand comes out.
it's kind of like why I'm liking Iron Man as well because like I
Yeah.
kind of get that feeling again. Like even though I've done all the bosses before, of course, like it's just nice to have that feeling again.
Well, like you're saying, you're doing it in undergeared stuff, so it is a
Yeah,
different
exactly.
experience than what you're used to.
Sure is. Like splashing is a thing now. Who knew?
What would you
Terrible mechanic,
say?
by the way.
What would you say on the Iron Man? Like the chart, the hardest fight has been so far in terms of like gear versus boss.
300% Araxor with a Cyber Wand, Equifolic Orb, and a Super Magic Potion. And a Dream. That was definitely the toughest for sure. Like I was very surprised you managed that with the gear that we had. Very surprised, but yeah, it worked out. And I did it again. I got it back to back, and it was even better the second time, I think.
Because for anyone that hasn't been keeping up with your rax kills, they do involve a bit of a marathon, don't they?
Yes, quite quite literally actually. Yes, I've got to get the pool for infinite run because the only way that I can kill a Raxor sufficiently is to run the boss up and down while it's in melee form and I am running out of its range. So I can attack it, but it can't attack me. And kills take a while, not gonna lie, because obviously my gear isn't fantastic. It's a lot better now though, I like with the knock staff. But yeah, gear is not particularly fantastic. Damage is lacking, but we get it done, even if it takes like 6 to 10 minutes. We get it done.
What was the longest kill?
In like 12 or 13 minutes, I think. Something on minion path, because minions are obviously a bit annoying.
I assume you just focus and finish them off, and then
Yeah, I just got my vampirism aura to heal me up. Such a tragedy.
I suppose everyone should know you also haven't unlocked curses yet. You're still doing this on the basic prayer book.
Curses are worse than my prayers, I'm pretty sure, because I get augury here, piety, but on curses I have like leech attack or something, and I don't know. I think that's worse, isn't it?
I'm
Could
not
be
sure.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's worse.
I guess what's your prayer level?
82, 3
Yeah.
out of 92. So when I get soul split, I'm absolutely going on that forevermore. But until then, yeah, exactly what Emerson said. Like, if I don't have soul split, because like everyone's asking about it, everyone's like, "Why do you get curses?" And it's like, why? Why do I need curses right now? Like, I can't soul split even if I got them. So we'll get them someday, but it's like another 4 mil XP away, so it's gonna take a hefty chunk of time.
Yeah, especially if you literally just do it through Bone Crusher.
Well, Pvm drops. Like QBD has actually been a nice dropper of them, and Vindictor as well. But those are like my main two sources of prayer right now. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Which boss log do you think you'll finish first?
QED is a possibility. Wait, unless you would have claimed the pet. You don't have to claim it first. I think you do actually. Because I've got the Dragon Kite Shield as of today, so just the pet and the frame stabilizer and upgrade kit. So like maybe that's possible. But the fact I don't have 99 summoning means it's actually not possible.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe like a God Wars 2 log, I imagine. Although it can't be Vindictor because you need 99 summoning for that as well. So maybe Hellware? That one's possible. Just a Helm, an Orb, and a pet for that one. So it's possible. It's all possible.
All right. Sweet. Has anyone in chat got any questions they would like to ask Mr. Wazzy?
Oh boy. Here we go. Actually, I could get Raxel first, that's true. We are grinding that pretty hard. Be grinding that a lot tomorrow as well, because it's the last day of top path, and I desperately need a top leg.
I guess you say that, but are you gonna, once you've got 3 legs, are you gonna keep grinding it?
Yes. Biting.
Yeah.
4 in the future, so we got to get a lot more. But that's fine. I reckon like 7 legs is probably enough for everything. Or 7 weapons, I guess. But I want to get like 1 augmented set and 1 non-augmented set as well, so because charges are hard to come by right now, so I can just pick and choose whenever it's convenient.
That is the Ironman struggle, not being able to just buy 100 divine charges off the G.
Yeah, so, dude, charges are hard to come by right now. And yeah,
Emerson's
scales and elixirs and stuff as well.
I mean, brews.
Yeah, I've got so many brews.
Brews are so good at Rax. Like the brews drops are amazing.
But one day we'll have everything. Possibly. You never know.
What's your favorite curry?
I don't do curry. So does that make me a bad person?
No. No, I just wanted to ask.
I've not had curry like ever. I'm being called a girl by Emerson, okay. Hey Eddie, ask me what a flapjack is.
It doesn't quite have the same. You mean a floppy jack?
Oh dear. Oh yeah, that's the very last week, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh dear.
So, what is your go-to takeaway then? If you had to have a takeaway, what would you do?
Possibly like fish and chips, maybe. Unless pizza counts as takeaway, but I don't really have takeaway pizza that much. I want to get a Domino's actually. I wouldn't mind that because last time I had one was really nice. But and probably just fish and chips from your local chippy.
Waffles in the oven is what Jay reckons. I don't.
Maybe.
What? Do you mean potato waffles, or do you mean like sweet waffles?
Who knows?
Don't know.
He's the international man of mystery.
Not Chinese. I love a good Chinese.
Oh god, Emerson, no. Not those ones. Oh wait, Eddie doesn't know.
I don't think I know.
Emerson, Eddie lacks critical information about that word that you just said.
No.
What's life like outside of RS? If I ever find out, I'll let you know. You'll be the first to find out. The hobby is very much computer oriented. I play Runescape, I play Dust Force, and I play League of Legends. Those are like the three things that I do.
How
So,
many hours a day do you think you look at your screens?
yeah, like maybe like 14, 15-ish. So, a nice healthy amount. Nice and healthy. But at least it's in 144 FPS. So
Yeah,
that's good.
that's true. And you've got UI scaling as well.
Yes, not that I need it, but for people with 4K resolution, they can now have it.
Mutilate has a very good question. How do you not stay fat? How do you stay not fat?
How do I stay not fat? I just you just eat what you want and then you don't put on weight. It's nice actually. I put on a bit of weight actually over quarantine. I should do my exercise, but I don't get fat as far as I'm aware. Although I guess if you compare like me now to me like a couple of years ago, I've probably gained a little bit, but that's probably a good thing because I reckon I was probably criminally underweight before. Yeah, I don't really have breakfast.
There you go. That is it. Don't have breakfast, guys. It's the healthy way to live. You'll never get fat.
I wake up at late morning, then I have my toasty for lunch, maybe with an apple if I am feeling so inclined. So, and then I have dinner. So I mean, lunch is like from 1 to 2, and then I have dinner at like 8 to 9 usually. And then that's about it. Maybe like a chocolate bar in the evening or something as a little snack. But yeah, that's it. I have like two main meals a day instead of breakfast because I'm not conscious at breakfast. So
less time for snacking as well, I guess, isn't it?
I meant if it isn't over quarantine, I meant I guess it was a long time before. Actually, it's been like a year, hasn't it? But when I had a proper job and I had to do things like Eddie does things, he has to use his muscles, and it's quite exhausting. And it's a lot of exercise that you don't know that you're getting. And I feel like I used to be fitter back then than I am now, so I should probably work on that a little bit. But yeah,
Emerson saying it's because you eat your Kit Kats wrong.
Well, I don't know. Dude, I tricked everybody yesterday. I was like, hey, I'm gonna break my Kit Kat and then break, and then I did I like snuck over and just bit it from the top. And everyone was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And everyone was very angry at me, but I found it hilarious.
That is the old Wazzy classic.
The switcheroo.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Like your switcheroo you did when you had that moustache going.
Yeah,
and you were shaving it all off.
Coming back a little bit. It's growing faster now than it used to. It's a bit weird. I'm used to not shaving for like 6 weeks, and this is like like a week and a half in or something. So it's
Have full beard soon.
yeah. Although I never get hair on this bit, like right here, nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
So you
similar
just
to
have the
like on your
moustache
Twitch
and
chin
then
there.
right down here.
Yeah.
Edrington's asking where the name Wazzy comes from, which we covered a year ago, but I feel
We
like
did.
it's been a long enough time that the story can be retold.
Exactly. It's also the same story as well. The origin
It
hasn't
hasn't changed?
surprisingly. You'll be shocked to know. It's from basically when I was a wee noob, way back when I was at level 10. There was this lovely guy called Waz2000, and he gave me full iron and full steel and like 10k GP, which was loads back then. And he was my idol because of that. And eventually I made another account and I named it after him. And that's where the Waz in Wazzy comes from. So, yeah, Waz2000, if you're out there, thank you.
You said exactly that phrase after you finished telling that story a year ago.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you said, if you're out there, thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I kind of look up the interview now and have a look. Because I don't remember. But fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, what else have we got? Oh, guys, it's graphics cache time, don't forget. It's 9 PM.
Not much going on in chat, but I was going to say, what do you think? What is your biggest challenge when it comes to streaming?
Well, I like to make sure I'm always talking because, like, if someone joins the channel and I'm not talking at the time, like maybe they'd be like, "Oh, whatever," and just close it. So I always try and be talking like as much as possible. Which normally, well, Eddie, you probably know me in real life. I'm not really the most talkative person in real life, but for some reason, when streaming, everything kind of seems alright. It's like I'm comfortable. Obviously, like when I'm with you, I'm comfortable as well, and I'm happy to talk a lot because yeah, Eddie's very nice. But yeah, most places like in any like social gatherings, I'm quite quiet, as I'm sure you can attest to.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
but
It
I
just
mean, to
seems.
be honest, so am I a lot of the time.
Mm.
Like, well, especially around anyone new that I haven't really
Yes, I'm
met
very bad at that.
before.
I'm like, should I subject them to my real self? It's like, no, you know what? I'll save them the hassle.
Thank you for subbing, Mr. Big Tesco, with your lovely Prime Gaming. Look at that.
Any
Thank you so
primers in the
much.
chat? The ultimate chill guy.
Nikki's asking if you
I don't
chat
know
with
about
me
that.
about streams and YouTube and stuff. And I mean, we
message every now and then about that
about
sort of thing,
bits and bobs, but not really like how to improve it, how stuff went, that kind of thing. It's more just, I'm doing this. What do you think?
Yeah, just like sharing. Well, I think I've shared some stats with you, I think, recently.
Yeah.
Because YouTube's been quite annoying for me recently. It's like views plus 80%, hours watched plus 60%, revenue minus 59%. It's like, what? How does that?
Summer's over, boy.
How does that compute? How does that make sense? But yeah, I don't even know how YouTube works, but it's an interesting one, that's for sure.
I guess it's just which advertisers want to pay them the money.
It might have been like a back to school special or something beforehand. Who knows?
It might go up over Christmas. You have to wait and see.
But it's I don't know, it's just very weird. Yeah, or maybe everyone's got an ad blocker again.
I've just read what Jay said. Have some strawberry tequilas and you'll be fine talking to people.
Yes. That was all fine until the following morning, wasn't it, Eddie? At that fateful Runefest.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was going so well until it wasn't.
Yeah, I did discover a video of that evening.
Oh boy.
It's the one that Karis came into your stream a while ago and said existed.
Yes. I don't know what one this is.
It's alright, I will show you off stream.
Right.
I won't I won't expose you.
Fantastic.
Tesco is determined to go to Runefest next year to buy you a drink. Well, you better get there quickly because he's only going to have one.
Yeah. It's too true. It's too true. Yeah, any more than one is dangerous territory because I am. This might come as a shock to some of you. I am a lightweight. I know. I'm just expecting everyone just to gasp in real life right now. Like, no way. But it's true. It is true. I cannot handle alcohol very well at all.
That's true, Dickie. The end of Runefest was streamed
And
with the
yeah, I
concert,
did
and
stream that in real life.
I bet that sounded beautiful to people when you were
Well, I
like
think I
up
went
near
back
the
and watched it. It was
stage.
just like, it was pretty horrendous.
And then we ran round. We found Shogun.
Yeah, I went to Weatherspoons, and I remember I ended my stream by walking out of range of Wi-Fi. I was like, whenever the Wi-Fi's gone, so is the stream. So good luck. And
Wait,
yeah, right?
Jay's just said to Emerson that they need to redefine engineering at the next Runefest. I'm slightly worried.
Means, but I'm very suspicious.
It does sound a little questionable.
A little bit suspect. Just a wee bit suspect.
Great. Well, if no one else has any more questions, then I will call it to a close, Mr. Wazzy. Thank you so much for coming along. After a year of me doing various chats with all sorts of people.
We were the first, aren't we?
You were. You were the guinea pig a year ago.
Yeah, and that's why everything's been, I guess, spread out.
Oh, what's going on now? Hang on. Right, lots of people. So, Tesco has another question. Okay, quickly. The goal for me before the end of this year is to get you drunk. Apparently. It's Jay's goal. That's always right. Jay's goal, isn't it? Emerson's asking if we want to play Rocket League. Would you be down?
Possibly. I don't know. I need to start on uni stuff as well, which I haven't really done yet.
That's basically all I've done. I've had a week off. I've not done any like YouTube stuff at all, which I did over the summer. I've just been like, right, get 3 weeks ahead with it, and then I can chill out.
Yeah, I need to probably get on that, but I don't know. I can give you a maybe, but I do need to do at least a little bit. It's my favorite anime, Pokemon.
Tesco asking what the best way to keep motivated trying bosses that you just can't do. How do you like push through it and actually learn?
All about little improvements. As long as you can see yourself improving, even if you're dying, you're winning. But as soon as you get annoyed at yourself after dying, then you've already lost twice. So it's all about winning whenever you can.
I mean, it's okay to get annoyed with yourself as long as
you understand why.
Yeah.
How to improve on it next time.
Well, if you're getting annoyed with yourself rather than annoyed with the game, if you're getting annoyed with the game, you're probably doing something wrong because you're just not understanding something. Mm-hmm. Getting annoyed with yourself, then you know you've made a mistake. So you're already thinking the right way, I would have said.
And you spent 6 million death cost today. Dude, that's like half a Solak death you'll find. One day they'll do a death cost cap. One day. Yeah,
and then Ryan obviously did that forfeit or whatever it was for the 50 mil death cost that Eddie won.
Dear oh dear.
What's your favourite number?
Don't really have one, to be honest.
Really?
No.
Doesn't start with an S and end with an N?
An N?
Hmm.
Shall I try that one again?
Start with an S and end with an N?
Should I try that again?
Start with an S and end with an N?
No.
What?
I think you're at the wrong letter there, Eddie.
N?
How do you spell 9?
What? No.
Oh, you mean 7? Right, I thought you were saying 69. Oh. Right, okay, that makes a bit more sense now. Right. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you all enjoyed this one. And So I thought Eddie didn't get it. It was actually me that didn't get it. Oh dear.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, hello, Mr.
Well,
Ghost. Well, we were just ending, but if you've got any questions that you want to ask Mr. Wazzy here while we've got
I
him
was thinking,
alone,
I don't know why.
then quickly pop them in because we are coming to an end. Did I? Nah.
It's just a laughing face like my one, the Keck W.
Yeah. I think. Right? It is on my end.
Next over to me.
I don't even know how to change it, Ghost. What's your favourite piece of RuneScape music?
What's that one they always do for Runefest?
What do you mean? The one they always do for Runefest.
Yeah, it's like quite a hype thing. I think Athletics used it as well at the end of his videos.
Heroes Return? Heroes Welcome?
That one, yeah.
Heroes
like
Return. Heroes Return, I think. Is the one used, I think, on the intro? James, quickly, we were just coming to an end, but as you're here, have you got any questions you'd like to ask Wazzy about anything?
Never click any links by James.
That yes, the man likes his links.
He's just passing by.
Fantastic. Well, let's see. Who is there online that we can host?
You're absolutely right. It's far too long.